I remember that fact. Like a little junkie.
We're just completely lost.
Hi, man, you're fucking coming to me in my drug habit. This happens when you're addicted to drugs.
She moved down here at the age of 18. She blew the boys away, it was more than they'd seen. I was introduced and we both started grooving. Said I dig you, baby, but I got to keep moving on. Keep moving on.
There's a real attitude that it's your choice, you got yourself into it, pay the price. Actually, there's not a single person who walks through that door who's set out to be destroyed the way they are.
In biology, you learned that humans evolved to adapt to their environments and situations. Well, so does your brain.
Almost everyone in this country drinks alcohol at some point in their life, but only 10% get addicted. And they're different because their brain is different. Impulsivity is actually a very straightforward behaviour which we can model in animals, for instance.
Light goes on, 5-second wait, food.
The impulsive rat can't wait for 5 seconds.
They just go, fucking hell, where's my reward?
Those rats are interesting because they like cocaine. You give them cocaine, they take a lot more than the other rats.
Guys.
And then like...
These animals were found with all their blood totally dry. No, but any other shot.
If you're an impulsive person, you can probably identify with this.
I remember from just when I was a kid, if someone goes, look, you've just got to wait a little while, Russell. I would, no way! Like it was inconceivable to me to do that, like a roaring existential pain that I would not tolerate.
What the fuck happened?
Smoked a lot of pot.
Let me get that.
And it's that rat-like reaction to drugs that makes me one of the 10% of the population that cannot use them recreationally.
Enough, dear. No. Mom, control yourself.
If I was depressed, I'd do some drugs. If I was ill, I'd do some drugs. If I had no one to speak to, I'd do some drugs.
And what about the restraining order? Is that did she
I have no idea.
You didn't know that?
What am I gonna do?
Yeah, I don't know.
Basically what I'm saying is that addictive personalities have a much harder time dealing with stress than non-addictive personalities.
It's a sense of sadness inside, a thing that you're trying to fill up with drugs,
It's always there. Yeah, you'll never get rid of it by doing the drugs. It might work for the start, but that feeling inside, I still have it now.
It's like I'm walking on sunshine.
If addiction runs in your family, chances are you've inherited an amygdala that overreacts to stress. And you're probably biologically deficient in dopamine.
Dopamine gets you going in the morning. If dopamine's not working, then you're stiff and flat. You have a very impulsive rat. It has alterations in the dopamine system in the brain.
Fortunately for you, any numbing substance would have calmed your overactive amygdala. Unfortunately for you, that's called negative reinforcement. And the behaviors that are reinforced are the behaviors that we tend to repeat. Then suddenly you find yourself with a compelling urge to relieve yourself in the same way every time, because it's the only medicine that you know provides immediate relief. I was the full-blown type of stoner that would argue 6 years worth of bullshit reasons why I know pot is not addictive. And it's true, it can't be physically addictive. There won't be any regurgitation or shaking effects like those induced by, say, heroin. But if people can be psychologically addicted to eating too many donuts, then it's possible to be psychologically addicted to weed too, including just the physical preparation involved.
I became addicted to heroin, crack cocaine, amphetamines, marijuana, alcohol, moving about, looking out of windows, this position.
Cigarette smokers can even be addicted to just this motion. Some things are just easier to quit than others because they aren't composed of the chemical properties that make them physically addictive as well. These substances train your brain to rearrange neuron receptors. These receptors live for the pleasure of your substance. The more you reinforce them, the more receptors they create.
People get pleasure. They start to do something which is enjoyable, and then they start to take the drug to reinforce that.
And if they aren't fed, they become irritated. You feel this in the form of withdrawal.
Pain gonna make everything alright.